What up, YouTube? Welcome to the Red Pill Cartel Show. How y'all doing out there today? Man, it's been brought to my attention, man. This chick, spiritual whistleblower, is trying to get a petition signed to cancel Kevin Samuels. Now, this woman is very crazy and delusional. I have not watched all her videos, but this video right here really caught my attention. It's funny how when people are waking up, like us men, we're waking up to the BS of the modern woman. Now, we do not hate the modern woman. We actually love the modern woman, but however, we have walked away from marriage and we're walking away from relationships because what's happening is the modern woman feels like she feels entitled. And if you're not making this, if you're not 6 feet tall, six pack, six figures, all this other shit, you're not qualified to be with them. But what do you bring to the table, modern woman? Do you bring anything of substance to the table? Now, in this video right here, oh, it's right over there. In this video right here, I'm still learning this shit. In this video right here, this lady is clearly making false accusations on Kevin Samuels, and I want to play the video for you. And I was talking to this other chick that was in the comment section. I told her I wish if she basically wants to come in and basically explain why she feels like Kevin Samuels is abusive towards women, which he clearly never stated. You're more than welcome to show up. But without further ado, we're gonna get right into this. Let me blow it up for y'all a little bit. All right, y'all. I'm gonna break this video down.
Whistleblower here. This is a really quick video because something's been brought to my attention, and this is kind of like an impromptu, spur of the moment video. I'm gonna keep it very short and simple and direct y'all attention to there's currently a petition going around against misogynistic, fake ass, low value Kevin Samuels. Now
Already, she lost the argument. Her argument falls flat on his face because she's already insulting the man, calling him fake ass, low value. You know what I'm saying? Narcissistic. Come on, that's the best you can do, lady. It's basically insult somebody. That's how. See, this is what women do when they don't have an argument. They want to do shaming tactics. They have sign language, like Kevin Samuel says. They want to shame, insult, guilt, and the need to be right. This is what this woman is. How does she know that she's narcissistic? See what it is? Women cannot that take critical, honest, brutal criticism. But men, we had to take that shit all of our lives, from the time we were boys and up until the time we're men. When these man hating songs in the '90s came out, niggas are scrubs and Beyonce saying and ain't no good men and all this other shit. No man was trying to petition and get these man hating movies. You know what I'm saying? Like Waiting to Exhale, all these other movies that basically talk down on man, made us look like buffoons with over exaggeration. Nobody was trying to petition those movies. But soon as a man like Kevin Samuels comes on the scene and start giving women honest criticism, a little brutal, but honest criticism, you got women like this spiritual whistleblower and other women want to try to shut him down. But let's continue.
Did a video on Kevin, a couple of them back in February, March. I was done with that because honestly, there's so many videos, there's so many channels out here just exposing him for the fucking fraud that he is. So it's just like, and his followers, there.
Okay, who's exposing? Who's exposing Kevin Samuel for the fraud that he's supposed to be? Right? Who's exposing him? Who? What's their names? Or is it just women that agree with you? Kind of like how Christianity will talk about other religions and they would say, well, Christianity is exposing Islam and all these other religions. But if they're exposing it, no, these are people that believe the way you believe, masculine women, they believe the way you believe. They're not exposing shit because y'all have nothing on him. Y'all have nothing on him. Where's your proof? Let's continue.
There are a bunch of misogynistic, sociopaths, narcissistic assholes who hate women.
You sure about that? Yeah. Hate women. Yeah, we really do hate women, but what about y'all hating us? You know what I'm saying? 82% of women initiate divorces. Then when a man don't do what you say, you want to call him an asshole, narcissist, all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? See, y'all think y'all the prize, but you're really not. You know what I'm saying? And that's what pisses y'all off because men are waking up to realize we are the prize. Because you got any man that wants to settle down with just one woman and forget all the other vaginas around him, forget all the other vaginas around him just to be with you, that's the prize. Because men, by nature, we have to sow our seed. Women, y'all bear the seed. Okay? We need each other to procreate. But now there has been a war on women. I mean, I'm not war on women, but men and women. And you got women like this that are getting mad. And she's old and alone, apparently. Team Bonnet with a leather couch. So I would say she about 40, 50. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Let's see.
And all they do is attack. I said what I needed to say, and it's funny. The things that I said about him all have come to pass and have been proven with documentation and receipt, and motherfuckers are still mad, but receipts don't lie.
Where are the receipts, huh? Where they at? If you got receipts, where they at? We'll wait.
So we now understand why he has issues with successful black women making six figures, because when he was married, he obviously wasn't the breadwinner, and he hated his wife for making triple more money than he did. All the paperwork has come out. Yes, he owed child support, all that. I mean, how can you give advice?
Okay, so you're not attacking any of his arguments. You're basically going by what people have said about him, mainly people that believe the way you believe. Where are your receipts, lady? You don't know shit about Kevin Samuels. Then here we go with this. Oh, he must hate his wife because he was not the breadwinner and all this other stuff. Where's your proof of that? Where's your proof of that, lady? More shaming tactics, more insults. Men do not care about how successful a woman is. Men, we care about if a woman is submissive, cooperative, loving, supportive, and a good housemaker and sexually responsible. Y'all women, like I said earlier, y'all women are just pissed off because we're waking up. We're waking up to the BS like this, masculine women. You hate men. We can say that you hate men. All your videos have been about hating men. Men are narcissists, isn't it? No, the men that you dealt with are narcissists. The men that you fucked around with are narcissists. They didn't want you for whatever reason. But then now you want to blame every other man for your bullshit, your fuck ups. You opened your legs up to them undeserving brothers. Y'all better wake the fuck up. And like I said, you talking about there's receipts. I watched most of your videos. Haven't seen all of them, but I watched most of them, and you have not produced any documentation. You have not produced any documentation against Kevin Samuels and back up what you're saying about him. Let's continue.
Advice and tell black women what to do with their money and who they should and shouldn't date and be with, when your ass wasn't much of a provider or husband to your motherfucking wife. And then you tried to hide it. And your followers attacked me because I called it. When this shit first came in, they got mad at me. Bitch, I didn't put no rumor out there. The shit was on a celebrity blog.
See, there y'all go. Y'all using that word bitch. But when the man calls you a bitch, it's a problem. But y'all call it's gonna get very interesting. This woman still haven't produced anything. Y'all go watch her videos and y'all come back and tell me if she gave y'all anything of substance. I'll wait.
And I made a response to it.
Yeah, that's all you did was make a response to it, but you didn't show anything.
And I gave my opinion on something that was already out on the internet. Why did they get mad at me? Truth hurts.
Yeah, it would hurt if there was only truth. Yeah, it would hurt then if there was real truth.
My video, and they was like, when is the ex-wife going to speak out? The ex-wife spoke out. She didn't go into detail. You could tell she wanted to, but everything came out. The paperwork.
Okay, look at that. She said she didn't speak out, but you can tell she wanted to. Woman, she had nothing to say that was going to basically feed into your narrative. So she didn't really say anything bad about her ex-husband. Kevin really didn't say anything bad about his ex-wife. He never had any abuse against her. There's no police records or none of that shit. So the paperwork you're talking about, the receipts you're talking about, is basically imaginary in your head. Let's continue.
Work, the divorce papers, all that came out. Okay. And we saw his income compared to hers. And there's video of his daughter as well speaking out about how abusive he is. All them skeletons is coming out. And I stand firm on the video I made of him back in February, March, because I know a sociopath when I see one. And Mr. Samuels is a narcissistic sociopath. He's a fraud. He's a scammer, and he hates women. It's
all right. You still, again, no proof, no video of his daughter coming out talking about how abusive he was. No proof of that. There you go. And then you went back into the shaming tactics. This is the argument that you women like you go into when you when you don't have the true receipts that you claim that you have. Again, you women hate Kevin Samuels because Kevin Samuels is the godfather of Red Pill and waking men up. I used to be like, oh man, fuck Kevin Samuels. I used to be like that. I used to be a blue pill beta male simp. But until I had to go through the BS with certain women, that woke me up. My exes red pilled me. We don't hate women. We're just not going to tolerate the entitlement issues. You know what I'm saying? Self-loathing that y'all have. Y'all are selfish. Not all, but some. Women like this, masculine women, because a man don't want to date another man. But let's continue with her lies.
Yeah. So this video, real quickly, I just want to tell y'all there is currently a petition going around to remove Kevin Samuels, report him. He is promoting domestic violence against Black women. I cannot sit back and just enough is enough. Enough is enough already. Black women are the most disrespected. The violence against us, the violence. It's just, when is it going to stop?
Man, the receipts that men have about how violent women are, Black women, and the stuff that y'all do to men, y'all feel like y'all can hit us. Y'all feel like y'all can, because it takes two to make a baby, right? So y'all rely on daddy government. Y'all allow the government to push us out. No matter how much we want to be in our children's lives, y'all allow the government to push us out because y'all feel like the government is a better suited father than we are. Not all, but some. You know what I'm saying? And look at her face. Her face look like she about to cry. Like, you're already emotional. Your argument is based on your emotions. Your argument ain't based on logic, reason, or evidence. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry to tell you, spiritual whistleblower, but your arguments fall flat. And then you have to after every premise that you try to put out, you want to attack Kevin Samuels. You want to do shaming tactics. You want to call him a narcissist. You want to call him a fake ass, whatever. Produce the records, all right? I'm going to play some more of this video. This is sickening to watch, really.
I mean, it just goes to show how misogynistic and hateful. Why would you encourage your male audience to attack, beat, physically assault women, African American women? What is wrong with you, sir?
Where did Kevin Samuels say that at, huh? See, look at her face. Looks away. She knows she's lying. There is no video or even a shred of evidence where he basically is promoting violence against women. This is clearly victimhood. This is narcissistic behavior. Y'all believe in the Bible, right? Read your Bible. The Bible's, you want to talk about misogyny against women? Read your book. Read your comic book. But y'all rather cling to this God character. Y'all rather cling to this God character, right? Women don't realize how easy y'all have it. Y'all don't realize how easy you have it. The man got to get on one knee He got to get on one knee, propose. The wedding is about the woman. The wedding's about the woman. Got to get on the knee. The man's already at the altar. You know what I'm saying? They when the woman walks down there, they looking at the bride. They're not looking at the man. The man is already in a state of submission. Anytime a man gets on his knee, he already put himself in a state of submission. But you know, look at the divorce laws leans towards women. When the police get called in a domestic disturbance, say it can just be an argument. All the woman got to say is, "He hit me. He hit me. He pushed me." They handcuffing him. We don't get equal protection of the law. The child support laws leans more towards the woman. Men get put in jail to pay a Title 4D debt. I mean, for not paying a Title 4D debt that he did not take out. Y'all need to go check out Armin Osiris. Shout out to Armin Osiris, man, for waking us up to the 4D franchise and how to defeat child support. But I recommend brothers take care of your offspring by yourself. You don't need daddy government. Excuse me, because she will put daddy government in your life. But I'm going to blow this up some more. I'm going to play some more of this video. This is ridiculous, man. So ridiculous. Man. I can't even believe we.
And any black woman that still co-signs Mr. Samuel's fuck shit after he has clearly stated and promoted violence against African American women, you're a self-hating ass bitch. You hate yourself, bitch, to sit around and watch a black man promote.
Okay, so she just called a woman. She called these women that call into Kevin Samuel's show bitches. She's using derogatory terms against her own gender. Those women that call into Kevin Samuel's show, they're seeking how can they obtain a high-value man. They're looking to obtain a high-value man. You're just basically calling women bitches. But if a man call you a bitch, he's a narcissist, he's abusive, he's this, he's that. But you're not basically being sympathetic towards women. Kevin Samuels, at least when Kevin Samuels do talk, Kevin Samuels don't yell at people. He never yelled at a woman. He talk at a calm voice. He's stern. He's going to tell the woman, hey, what do you bring to the table? How much do you weigh? How old are you? Apparently, women that call in Kevin Samuel's show, they want help. They want help. They want to know how can they obtain a high-value man? How could they be more feminine and less masculine? Kevin Samuels basically gives them advice. A woman knows nowadays, don't go to another woman for dating advice. Because a woman that try to give you dating advice, it's not going to work. You have to ask us, what do we want in a woman? Just like we have to ask y'all, what are you looking for in a man? Now, the only advice that what men do, like we go to the bar or whatever, we'll ask our fellow brothers, like, hey man, how can I make this better, bro? How can I do this better, whatever. That's the only time we'll ask each other advice pertaining to what we should do better. You know what I'm saying? For ourselves to make our woman happy. But like I said earlier, nobody is petitioning Beyonce, the WAP video, none of that shit. I don't see y'all on here trying to boycott Kevin Samuels. How about boycotting that WAP video? All these videos that put women in a degrading position. How about y'all do that? There we go. How about y'all boycott pornography, women in porn? Boycott OnlyFans. Because you want to talk about self-hating. You want to talk about men degrading women. I don't see y'all boycotting Brazil or Banger Bros, Ghetto Gaggers. I don't see y'all boycotting that shit. Oh, that's how she make her money. We not gonna even step on nobody trying to make money like that. That's how they make their money. Maybe they don't have the means to get a job. Yes, they do. That's just an excuse. Women, y'all go off of excuses. That's all it is. It's excuses. Hold on, let me get my camera right. Okay. Yeah, that's all you have is excuses. You want to boycott something that's really making black women look bad. And it ain't Kevin Samuels. It's not Kevin Samuels. Let's continue because I'm not mad. I just find it really hilarious. Let me blow this up for y'all. Dang, this woman looks sad. Looks really sad.
Promote domestic violence against black women and you still support this motherfucker, you're a piece of trifling, self-hating, self-loathing, misogynistic, trifling ass, trash ass bitch. I said it. And any bitch wants smoke with me in the streets, I can hold my own. I'm a big bitch.
Okay, you just basically said that if any bitch, and I'm gonna use the word bitch, this is coming from her. Any bitch won't smoke with me in the streets, I can hold my own. Now, tell me that's not promoting violence against women. You're so upset at this man to where you're gonna say, I'll fight anybody in the streets. I'll fight bitches in the streets. That's what you're saying. Show me anything Kevin said about that. About fighting women in the streets. You just basically clearly promoting violence in the streets. I'm a big bitch. You just basically promoting violence. But you think Kevin Samuels is doing the shit. I don't know if any other YouTube content creator caught that, but I'm basically bringing it to the forefront. She just clearly said that if any bitch won't smoke with her, she want it in the streets, come holler at me, basically. So you're really willing to fight another woman over a 1 million subscriber YouTuber who's basically giving women the blunt, honest truth. You're so mad and emotional behind this. You're willing to fight. I'm sorry. You know what? I don't even see how women follow you. It's like you want to force women to follow you by making threats like that. You're basically making idle threats at other women who follow Kevin Samuels, and you said that you're gonna fight them in the streets. Sad.
There's no reason why no black woman should be supporting this motherfucker after he has made these statements to promote domestic violence against the black woman.
Yeah, just like you just made a statement about fighting the black woman in the streets, and you call them self-hating. You just clearly made a statement that you was gonna fight a black woman in the streets. The hypocrisy in this bullshit. That's crazy.
Shame on you if you still support Kevin Samuels after today. So there's currently a movement, and yes, this is going viral. I read about this on a celebrity blog because people are getting fed up of his shit. And this is just disgusting. This is why white people don't fucking respect us. They don't have to fucking attack us when the black man is doing a good job of doing.
Yep, you apparently have not read the Willie Lynch letter. And if you follow me or come on, because I already know people are going to basically show this video. But if you follow me, I will show you why black men and black women are against each other. And it was due to racism and white supremacy. And it's basically created systemic racism within the black community. You don't know nothing about that. And like I said before, you promoting violence against black women because you just clearly said in your video, if anybody won't smoke in the streets, come see me. I'm a big bitch. I can hold my own. Those are fighting words. Kevin Samuels never made fighting words against a woman, but you have. Let's continue.
Tearing us down. How is any other race going to respect us when they watch our own fucking tear us the fuck down? This is repulsive. This is disgusting. And I'm not going to sit around and not say nothing. We all have a voice. Those of us that have platforms, large platforms, and I do, I'm going to pin the link for the petition. YouTube, please do something. Mr. Kevin Samuels is promoting domestic violence against African-American women.
No, Kevin Samuels is promoting logical, critical thinking to black men and black women. but y'all want to turn it into domestic violence because you got that victimhood. Because you know, if a man attacks you, you know what I'm saying, or even yells at you, get in your fucking face, you can call another man to come get him. Y'all have this fake, false independence to where it's like, you know, we don't need a man. You don't need a man until you need one. Kevin Samuels probably done basically ran the man at you, or helped the man realize, hey, if you get with her, man, you're gonna have hell on your hands. You have too much masculine energy, sweetheart. You do not have respect for men. Women like you do not have respect for men. Hell, you don't even have respect for your own fellow sister. Then you're gonna bring up white supremacy, or you're gonna bring up not white supremacy, but you're gonna bring up the fact that white people don't fuck with us no more and don't respect us. Look at the statement you made a few seconds back, calling women that support Kevin Samuels out on the streets to fight them with your Jetsons glasses on. What kind of glasses are those? They're like goggles or something. Let's continue.
We cannot sit back. Where are our leaders? Where are our strong leaders? Where is Farrakhan? Who is protecting a black woman against a motherfucker? He obviously hates his mama. He hates somebody. Somebody hurt him or broke his heart. Some woman did when he was growing up. I don't know.
Yeah, same thing probably happened to you too. That's why you making all kinds of videos about narcissistic men and stuff like that. Like I said, the men that you dealt with hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Not all of us. And y'all don't take accountability. Y'all need somebody to blame. You women like you, masculine women, y'all don't become feminine until it's time to become feminine. But y'all want to be masculine and try to run over a man, you know what I'm saying? And if he doesn't conform to your ways, then he's an asshole, narcissist, no good, and all this other stuff. You know, to be honest, men will not cheat if our women will be basically be submissive. If we have to come home to something like this every day and constantly drinking and shit behind women like this, a man will step out, but not me though. And I'm gonna tell you what I do. I'll break up with you first. I'll tell you, hey, I'm gone. I don't want to. I wouldn't deal with this. But like I said, if I don't know if y'all caught that, but like I said, she basically just called women out to the streets. That's a red flag right there. That she don't like black women, but she don't like. If you're not okay, you can't go against the sisterhood. That's the thing. You can't go against the sisterhood. So any woman that goes against the sisterhood, she's willing to fight them. Am I right or wrong?
I don't know what his issue is, but to very what's the word I'm looking for? It is reckless to promote. You have a major platform full of men, and you're promoting. You have a daughter as well, but we know you don't care. If he's a sociopath, he's not going to give a fuck if anyone attacks his daughter because he.
Do you even know what those words of meaning mean? Because you keep throwing narcissist and sociopath out around like it's gonna basically enhance your argument. Like I said, you're constantly repeating yourself, lady. You constantly clearly don't know what you're talking about. You're basically your argument is based on emotion and not fact. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? But in this live stream, I'm gonna pull up some shit. I'm gonna pull up some shit. So let's go.
He attacks women. We cannot, sit around and allow this to,
When did Kevin Samuels, or what kind of attack are you talking about? When did Kevin Samuels attack a woman? I never, even just talking, he never attacks them. But one thing he don't tolerate is women playing on his phone and calling in and just joking around with him. He's basically saying, hey, black man, black woman, we need to be serious about our relationships and our love affairs. You know what I'm saying? We need to come back together. And there's women thanking Kevin Samuels for saving their fucking marriage. Y'all don't want to talk about that though. Let's keep moving.
No. What I will encourage you, not just my black women, all women of all races, can we unite? Sign the petition. This is on celebrity blogs. This is breaking news in the celebrity world. So this is not something that's under the table or floating around on YouTube. This is major news. The fact that he's promoting domestic violence against black women has made celebrity news, and it will not be tolerated. Okay. Anybody want any fucking smoke with me? Listen, I'm not the one. This is not the time. And like I said, if there are any black women that are still supporting this motherfucker, after he has clearly promoted domestic violence, then you are a bitch. That you self-hatred is real, bitch. You are a piece of shit, misogynistic, self-hating ass bitch. If you
The anger, the anger and the delusion of this woman. And again, she's basically talking about if anybody won't smoke with me. Look, you're the violent one. You're the violent one, lady. You're clearly the violent one. And then you're calling women out of their name that support Kevin Samuels. You're clearly promoting violence right now because you're emotional. You don't really have evidence on Kevin Samuels like you claim you do. So now it's like, now you want to do the shaming tactics and who hurt you and all this other shit. Is that y'all go-to argument? Is that the only thing, this echo chamber y'all be in? We're gonna use those tactics to basically kind of divert the argument somewhere else. You women don't take accountability, and for the dudes that you fucked with, you don't. You should be mad at them. You're promoting violence. You're calling women out to support Kevin Samuels. You're willing to slap, like, okay, say for instance, if a woman even come to you and talk about just nicely, say, hey, I'm a supporter of Kevin Samuels. He helped me with my marriage, blah, blah, blah. I believe that you would slap the shit out of her. You would probably beat her up, get in her face, yell and scream, call her a self-hating bitch. You would do that shit. You're promoting violence. They should sign a petition against you. You're being direct with violence. Let's continue.
If you support this motherfucker, knowing he's promoting violence against the black women, you ain't shit, bitch. And the pussy, your mama that pushed you out to her pussy, she ain't shit either, because she raised your trifling ass to hate yourself. Let's get on this. Please circulate the petition. God bless y'all.
Okay, that's enough of that. That is enough. That is enough. That is enough of that. Oh man. Get this crazy delusional lady off my screen. Get off my screen. Go somewhere. Go. All right. Like I said, the woman just clearly, she has no argument. She just clearly talking with pure emotion. She did not try to dismantle Kevin Samuels' points. None of that shit. Okay? None of that shit. Then now all of a sudden you want to try to fight a woman that support Kevin Samuels. You know what? Let's get into another video, y'all. Let's get into something else. I want to show y'all women self-hating women. I want y'all to boycott Pornhub. I want y'all to do that. I want y'all to boycott Pornhub. Stuff like that. Women. No, I regret it. Oh, you know what? I got Helen Smith, Dr. Helen Smith. Let's talk about Dr. Helen Smith. Interviews. Let's pull her up. Now, she's saying the same thing that Kevin Samuels is saying. All right, so I'm gonna pull this up real quick. I'm gonna share my screen. We got Dr. Helen Smith. She's basically speaking up for men. You know what I'm saying? Finally, somebody, they're gonna talk about her book, Men on Strike. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about her book, Men on Strike. Hold on. Ooh. Let me pull this up for y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. I pulled the wrong. Let me see. Share screen. Yeah. Went the wrong way. Yeah. Now, this woman is basically saying everything that Kevin Samuels is basically saying. But I know Kevin Samuels can be, he's basically militant with his, like a drill sergeant. Well, let's talk about it. And blow it up for y'all real quick.
I am very excited to have Dr. Helen Smith with me now, the author of Men on Strike, joining me now in the studio. Helen, what do you mean when you say men are on strike? How?
Men are striking in terms of like marriage, fatherhood, and even the American dream in the sense that they're not even going to college as often because there are so many reasons. It's just become a very bad deal for men today, and people don't realize it. People think men are immature. Like there's all kinds of books written by Hannah Rawson, like The End of Man, and all kinds of things about the decline of men and manning up or whatever. But I think the real thing is that men feel that right now it's just a very poor deal in terms of legal issues. Men don't get kids as often. They're only about 10% of the time do they get child custody. They're the ones paying alimony. We don't even, I just did a radio show and the guys were talking about how they literally were pushed out of the room when their baby was born and told, a mother was told that, was asked questions about, is your husband an abuser and that type of thing. And it's just appalling what men go through. I mean, I used to consider myself a feminist, but I thought feminism meant equality between the sexes. But now it seems to me special privileges for women. 20
Welcome
years
to
ago
the
when I
show.
started my private practice, I had a man in a wheelchair who was being beaten by his wife, and there was no help available for him. And it really got me thinking about what do men do in that situation? And just the men on my blog and the readers from all over the country just prompting me and helping me to understand what men are going through in this country. And the last thing I want to say is men are not allowed to speak up. So I'm here as their sort of advocate because if men speak up, they're called whiners, they're called, wimps, man up, and they're not allowed to talk. I've talked to men across the United
States. She makes a valid point because men don't have a space where we can go and talk about things like this, you know what I'm saying, unless it's amongst each other. But if we basically if we publicize our views on marriage, you know what I'm saying, being fathers and, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, hey, we get the worst end of the stick, you know what I'm saying, we do not have a say-so. It's like we get, like she said, we get called whiners, punks, simps, beta males, all this other shit. We get shamed for standing up. It's hard on us being a man. A man, you know what I'm saying, somebody, on the side of the road, we get a flat tire on the side of the road, nobody's stopping for a man. But if a woman, you know what I'm saying, has a flat tire, you're going to have 20 cars trying to help her out. You know what I'm saying? You don't need a man until it's time to get one. See what I'm saying? Thank you, Dr. Helen. Let's continue.
Across the United States on my blog. I run a men's rights blog, and I've worked with men for over 20 years in my private practice. And what I found is that men say that it's the legal ramifications. They don't have any legal rights in marriage anymore. There's something called coverture, and what it is used to men held all the debt, all the cards in marriage, and they held the legal rights. Now women do. And if you look at it, men, when they get divorced, they only get custody of children 10% of the time.
Even if the woman's cheating.
If the woman's cheating, and if that's not your child, most states say you still have to pay. You find out 3 years later your 3-year-old isn't yours, you still have to pay in most states. Jim McNamara is a professor, and he found that 69% of the time men are portrayed in the media in a negative light as buffoons, pedophiles, perverts. And what messages is sending to people across the United States? I mean, to men.
So you give some tips about what men can do to fight back. For example, stop letting women control the dialogue.
That's the most important. Yes. Well, women now, in fact, here I.
And this is why I agree with mandatory paternity. Now, I know I'm going to have a lot of people that are going to watch this video. Is going to basically call me out. But women, we know that the baby is 100% yours, but we don't know if it's 100% ours. Because nowadays, women have more access to cheating than they did back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Technology, mainstream media, social media have basically made it easy for women to seek other men. Because back in the 50s and 60s, the woman only had the man they looked at. You know what I'm saying? Yes, they might have went to the grocery store and saw an attractive man, but men nowadays, they can put a false image of themselves on Instagram and show all this money and stuff like that. It's gonna grab a woman's attention, and she's gonna realize, well, what I got at home ain't nothing compared to this guy, so I need to get with this guy. You know what I'm saying? We get put below the bar, like we don't have. You know what I'm saying? It's just like society makes us compete with each other. You know what I'm saying? That's the sick part about it. Then we get called pedophiles, like she said, pedophiles, perverts, all this other shit. But when you got a woman in high school fucking sleeping with a 14-year-old boy, and she gets a slap on the wrist, you know what I'm saying? Giving out numbers and stuff. She was on with Dr. Phil. I'm gonna try to find that one. No accountability at all. Let's continue the video.
Here I am a woman, at least you're a man, and two women are talking about it, but women control the dialogue. Most of the articles and things written by women, or they're written by men who have a feminist bent. Men need to stand up and say, you know what? I'm going to write about it. I'm going to talk about it. Quit being quiet. Then look at things in terms of cost analysis. And the penalties for marriage are so high, and the rewards now are so low. First of all, there's legal costs of marriage. There are so many men now who are just saying, you know what, it's just not worth it to me. I'm going to be stuck paying the alimony. I'm going to be stuck paying for child support. And it's not just legal reasons. It's also psychological ones where men feel that basically they don't really have rights in marriage. Women hold all the cards now in reproduction and all kinds of things, and men don't.
Well, that's all true. I mean, I agree with that completely. But it still doesn't absolve men of the responsibility to stop complaining about how the cards are against them and man up and become men, because you don't become a man until you assume responsibility.
What man would take such a raw deal? I don't consider that a man.
Well, it's not a raw deal. You derive deep satisfaction as a man by taking responsibility for other people. That's the only place you get deep satisfaction.
So men are supposed to take a really bad deal and sign their rights away, and you call that a good deal. Look, you would understand economic rewards. You did. Well, that's good, and maybe you have a really good wife, but a lot of men don't feel that way.
See, Doctor, here's where I get confused. And forgive me, I just went to a wedding last night, so I'm feeling all loved up.
Euphoric.
Very, very, because it was beautiful. And anytime you do see a wedding, that the hope is renewed, and it does remind you of what's great about marriage. And so you act as though marriage is such a raw deal for men, but you do get companionship, and you get love, and you get a family. And I see men enjoying all of that and embracing all of that.
That's a different topic. Those are also things that you can get with the relationship. We're talking about the legal aspect of marriage. I'm talking about the political and the legal ramifications of marriage, where men aren't getting such a good deal there. And there are thousands of men across the country that I've spoken to and that will tell you differently. And the statistics are bearing that out. A lot of men, you think men need to man up, but to man up, you have to be getting something out of that relationship. What you're saying is that men are getting something just by having a woman. They're just so lucky.
Here's the thing. They're allowed. The one thing I agree with you on is men are getting away with having children without marrying the woman.
They're not getting away with it. What's happening is a lot of women, number one, don't want them. The lower level women, what's happening? Breadwinners. A lot of those lower.
I want
to 17 to 20.
I want to bring.
Marriage. And so you act as though marriage loved up.
Euphoric.
Very.
Hold on, let me
Take
go
a
back.
really bad deal and sign their rights away, and you call that a good deal. Look, you would understand economic rewards. You did. Well, that's good, and maybe you have.
Let me go back a little bit more.
Things, and men don't. Well,
I'm sorry,
and
y'all.
the rewards now are so low. First of all, there's legal costs of marriage. There are so many men now who are just saying, you know what, it's just not worth it to me. I'm going to be stuck paying the alimony. I'm going to be stuck paying for child support. And it's not just legal reasons. It's also psychological ones where men feel that basically they don't really have rights in marriage. Women hold all the cards now in reproduction and all kinds of things, and men don't.
Well, that's all true. I mean, I agree with that completely. But it still doesn't absolve men of the responsibility to stop complaining about how the cards are against them and man up and become men, because you don't become a man until you assume responsibility.
Okay, so who is this simp? Who is this simp right here? You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me get off.
What man?
This dude right here, he's basically a beta male. I can tell that this cat is a straight up beta. Put my face back up there. Yeah, that dude right there talking about you get a. I mean, bro, I guarantee right now. I guarantee it. You at work, right? How you know your wife ain't fucking a pizza man? How do you know your kids are yours? Did you do a DNA test? This dude clearly is a beta male. You talking about don't complain. Okay. All right. Don't complain. All right. So you basically just allow your woman to run you. You know what I'm saying? You allow your woman to run you, control the household. You probably worship the ground she walks on and all this other shit, which ain't nothing wrong with just really, truly loving your woman. But however, bro, we do not get a fair deal. There is no due process for us men. There's no due process. If you know anything about law, the men don't have no due process, safeguards. When it comes to child support, marriage, none of that. Dr. Helen is coming with straight facts. It's like you coming with straight emotion. You know what I'm saying? Because you know your wife is probably watching and she probably riding somebody's dick or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And she's watching you and you have to be careful what you say. Because you don't want your wife to leave you because you're afraid to talk up as a man. That's why you're doing it, because you know your old lady watching. It's okay to talk up as a man and basically express how you feel about certain things. So you're one of the few men that basically was told to shut up. You're one of the few men that was told to shut up. Don't complain. Don't do this. Don't do that. Man, we getting tired of this shit. Men, the suicide rate is high amongst men when they lose their family, when they lose their kids. And you're talking about don't complain, bro. You pussy whip, bro. Let me blow this back up, man. I just want to comment on that real quick. Now, it's funny that a woman is saying that, but I don't see anybody in here. I don't see anybody in the comments talking about this woman. She coming with straight facts. And look at this simp man Johnny right here. He know if he say something, he ain't getting no pussy tonight. So he better not go against the sisterhood. Sad.
Man would take such a raw deal. I don't consider that a man.
Well, it's not a raw deal. You derive deep satisfaction as a man by taking responsibility for other people. That's the only place you get deep satisfaction.
Man, look at her face. She like, dude, are you that pussy whipped to basically not see? Look at Dr. Helen. She is like, what kind of dude? Dr. Helen looking at him like, you are a straight up simp. You are a simp mangina, bro. Sad. The fuck? Somebody's not I get it, you know what I'm saying? Yes, I feel good when I'm taking care of my woman and my kids and stuff. I do feel good. But that does not take away the fact that I'm still kind of getting a raw deal because most men get in sexless marriages. You know what I'm saying? Men, we need sex. So what about the sexless marriage? What about dealing with crazy outbursts? You know what I'm saying? Arguments, which is basically a normal thing, but it should not be a thing where, you know what I'm saying, it's like a complaint about everything we do is wrong, but nothing that they do is wrong. You know what I'm saying? In relationships, men always have to be the one to apologize. Because it basically, if we apologize, we basically somehow we feel like it make our woman feel secure. Yes, I love to protect my wife. You know what I'm saying? My old lady. I love to protect her and our child. But she knows where I stand in with masculinity. I'm the masculine one. You're the feminine one. We have roles. I'll go wash clothes. I'll wash the dishes and everything. We can share the household, but I'm still going to be me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be the best version of myself. Be the masculine version of myself. I'm not going to be a simp mangina. Because I don't, play those games. You know what I'm saying? So let's continue. But Dr. Helen, she's like, this dude, right? She gritting her teeth. She like, oh my God, this guy is a simp. He is a straight up simp.
So men are supposed to take a really bad deal and sign their rights away, and you call that a good deal. Look, you don't understand economics.
Well, I did.
You did. Well, that's good, and maybe you have a really good wife, but a lot of men don't feel that way.
But see, Doctor, here's where I get confused. And forgive me, I just went to a wedding last night, so I'm feeling all love.
Let me show y'all something really quick. Let me go on my Google Docs if I can. Let me go on my Google Docs. I want to show y'all something. I'm gonna pull it up as well. Let me see if I got it here. Let me see. Okay, it's in my. I already know what. Damn. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Damn. I want to show y'all something. Damn. I thought it was here. I want to show y'all something that that happens when. Let me see. Public law. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. PL. Damn. Oh, never mind. Yeah, let's get back to it. I'm sorry, y'all. Let's get back to it. But I want to show y'all something really quick. I know I'm about to go to my phone on this one. Sorry, y'all. But I want to show y'all something about the marriage license and stuff. And this is coming from, because I'm doing like little child support things to help people like get off child support. You know what I'm saying? And know your rights, because she's right. You're signing your rights away, and a lot of people don't know this. And I'm gonna have to put this up on the screen. I tell you what, I'm gonna have to email myself this. I'm sorry, y'all. Had to pause. This is not professional, But I'm gonna let it play a little bit more, and while I get this loaded up, because I thought it was in my Google Drive, but it's in the wrong one. I'm gonna continue.
Loved up.
Euphoric.
Very, very, because it was beautiful. And anytime that you do see a wedding, that the hope is renewed, and it does remind you of what's great about marriage. And so you act as though marriage is such a raw deal for men, but you do get companionship, and you get love, and you get a family. And I see men.
Yeah, at first, but then you know what I'm saying the marriage goes south when the woman feels like she's not happy no more, you know what I'm saying, with the guy, you know. Let me see. This is okay. Yeah. Yeah, but there are sexless marriages. So yeah. This is yeah, they don't talk about that. They don't talk about, you know what I'm saying, if a woman doesn't feel like having sex, you better not touch her. You know what I'm saying? Or it's considered rape if you even try to, you know what I'm saying, fuck with your wife like that. And I find it pretty sad, you know. I find it really sad that men cannot touch their wife. If their wife don't want to fuck, you better not fuck her. You better not. You better not fuck her. Because if that shit happens, it's a wrap on the rest of the day for you. All right, so I'm going to play this real quick, and I'm going to try to open up something else. All right, then.
See men enjoying all of that and embracing all of that.
That's a different topic. Those are also things that you can get with a relationship. We're talking about the legal aspect of marriage. I'm talking about the political and the legal ramifications of marriage, where men aren't getting such a good deal there. And there are thousands of men across the country that I've spoken to and that will tell you differently. And the statistics are bearing that out. A lot of men, you think men need to man up, but to man up, you have to be getting something out of that relationship. What you're saying is that men are getting something just by having a woman. They're just so
but here's the thing: they're allowed. The one thing I agree with you on is men are getting away with having children.
And see, that's the thing.
They're not getting away with it.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Some women, or the majority of women, not all, but the majority of women feel like all she got to do is just be a woman, and that's it. Like she ain't got to do nothing else. She ain't got to fuck him. She ain't got to really cook or clean and stuff like that. You know. We have women that think like that. It's like a lot of people. I put it like this: people don't get married for the marriage; they get married for the wedding. They spend all this fucking money on these weddings, but none of them get married for the love aspect of it. All right, so I'm gonna try this one more time, y'all. To let me see. Let me go to Google Docs, and I'm gonna try to pull this up myself. I'm gonna make sure it did come over. Let me see. Okay, yes, it did. All right. Let me do another screen share. Let me take this down real quick. All right, let me take that down real quick, and let me share. What screen on me? All right, let me share this with y'all real quick. Yeah, let me do a Chrome tab. All right, this is what Dr. Helen is talking about. This is what Dr. Helen is talking about. Oh, shit. Okay. There we go. All right. This is what she's talking about. All right. Let me bring it down real quick. All right. This is what she's talking about. And y'all need to pay attention to this. Come on. All right. All right, I'm going to educate y'all on some shit right quick. Let me make sure it's basically, all right, I'm about to blow this up so y'all can actually see what I'm talking about. I don't know if y'all can read that, but the thing is, I hate when it does, try to blow it up, it don't. All right, I'm going to read it to you. So this is a 4D destroyer template that I'm creating. It says, I probably can do it. I'm gonna do it this way. Yeah. All right, y'all. There we go. The marriage license, birth certificate, you know what I'm saying, / birth certificate issued by the state is a legal document proceeding by due process, requires nothing but to be concealed to all parties involved in writing or by audio or video, verbally, of the legal consequences as followed. Now, anybody tell me when you got a marriage certificate or a birth certificate, did they inform you of all these legal consequences? Did you get informed of all these legal consequences? Voluntary acknowledge of paternity. See, it's voluntary. High volumes of automated administrative systems, proactive matching, federal parent locator, state parent locator services, national directory of new hires, state directory of new hires, multi-state financial institution data matches, new hire reporting, uniform interstate family support act, wage withholdings, liens on property. Hold on, let me pull some more up. Hold on, let me pull some more up. Let me go on and pull some more up. All right. Y'all see what I'm saying? Y'all don't educate yourselves on this. Where did I stop at? Let me go back some. Let me go. Okay. Look, check this shit out. Check this shit out. Uniform Interstate Family Support Act, wage withholdings, liens on property, offset of unemployment compensation payments. So if you're on child support, you know what I'm saying, and you're broke as fuck, you know what I'm saying, and if you get like like if you get hurt at work or something like that, guess who get all that money? The custodial pay rent. Your ass is laid up for months because you broke your fucking leg at work or you got shot and shit like that, and now you're having to be broke and possibly get put out on your ass. You know what I'm saying? Look, reporting arrears to the credit agencies to prevent undeserved extensions of credit. Yeah, credit and number 14, seizures of state and federal income tax refund. If you're behind on child support, they take that shit too. Seizure and sales of personal or real property, revocation of various types of license, driver's license, business license, occupational license, recreational, attachment of lottery winnings and insurance settlements or debt of debtor parents, requirements that the receipts of financial assistance for small businesses. Damn, you get fucked. This is what Doctor was talking about. This is what she was talking about, straight up. Shit. You signing basically every fucking thing over. And y'all dumbasses say, oh man, marriage is a beautiful thing. It will be if we had equal protection. Look at this shit. Hold on, let me go down to the next page. Look at this shit. Okay, so let me go back and blow this back up for y'all. Let me go back and blow this up for y'all. This is exactly what Doctor's talking about. Okay, due process for law, which men do not get due process. Pursuant to Public Law 103-66 of the Omnibus Budget Reconciliation Act of 1993, the Child Support Enforcement Agency must afford due process safeguards. 45 CFR 303.101 C2. The due process rights of the parties involved, mother and the mom and dad, must be protected under the section, basically section 466, section 466. 42 USC 666A3A. Child Support Enforcement Agency must be in full compliance with all procedural due process requirements. Pursuant to section 466, 42 USC 666 A5CI, procedural due process requirements, procedure for all of a civil processes for voluntarily acknowledgement of paternity, under which the state must provide that before a man and woman can sign acknowledgement of paternity, they must be given notice orally through use of video, audio equipment, and in writing. Let me blow some of this up some more. Yeah, let me go back. I hope y'all getting this. I hope y'all really getting this. Look, I hope y'all really getting this. Because this is exactly what she's talking about. This is exactly what she's talking about. Let me go down some more. Let me see. All right, cool. So basically, okay, that's it. That's all I want to show. That's all I want to show. Let me go and exit that out. And let's go back to Dr. Helen, see what she has to say. Let's go back. Let's do that. But yeah, y'all see, this is exactly what Dr. Helen is talking about. She's talking about that. Doctor, oh, come on, stop it. Can't believe this. Yeah. Yeah. She looking at these dudes like, you are such a simp. Let's go back.
The lower level women.
All right. Let me make sure I'm sharing it with y'all. Let me pulling it back up. But yeah, I want to share that with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I want to really share that video. I mean, not video, but what Dr. Helen is talking about. You basically signing your rights over, like for real. Like real talk. Okay, y'all can see it. Okay, I just want to make sure. Without further ado, let's continue this interview with Dr. Helen.
And what's happening is 40% of the women who are breadwinners, a lot of those lower level women are making $17,000 to $23,000. Those women use the government to pay for themselves. They don't want a man. So rather than some men are just opting.
Why hasn't a man written this book? Why hasn't a man written this book?
Because men can't speak up. I'm here to speak up because people will actually listen to a woman. It's really unfortunate. I want the next man, and I'm hoping by this book that next man is out there.
Those two dudes are basically beta males. These guys were raised to be people pleasers. These guys was raised to basically put away their masculinity, join their femininity, and become basically the wife. You know what I'm saying? You're a wife in man's clothing. You're a wife in a man's body. That's why a lot of these men are going transgender, they're gay, because society has told them it's bad to be a man. It is bad to be a man. It's toxic. It's a terminology that doesn't make sense called toxic masculinity. There's no such thing as toxic masculinity because masculinity basically is a man basically being a man. Toxic masculinity is basically a man that basically acts like a woman. You know what I'm saying? Anytime a masculine brother knows not to argue with a woman. A masculine brother knows not to fight a woman. You know what I'm saying? A masculine man knows how to think logically, rationally, you know what I'm saying? And opportunity, however you say that word. So with these two beta males, I'm pretty sure they're both married, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm in a relationship. If I was on this talk show, I would basically be agreeing with her up and down, regardless of how my woman feels, because she has freedom to say whatever how she feel, and she knows like my old lady, she communicates. I communicate with her too. And she's not a masculine woman. Now we first dated, you know what I'm saying? She was kind of masculine a little bit, but I had to tone that down. I had to basically red pill myself too. I had to really red pill myself. And there's no such thing as toxic masculinity. I don't know what toxic masculinity is, but I guess it's basically men that basically conform to their emotions a lot. That's not masculinity, because masculinity, we don't deal with emotions. We deal with logic, reason, and you know what I'm saying, other shit like that. So you got this woman that's bringing facts. She wants a man, but these women out here, they don't want a man. Let's continue this video.
Frustrating. I want to say something as a man, because this always is frustrating when I see commercials when men sort of speak. They're acting like men, right? And all these commercials are out there where the man's like the lazy guy on the couch. It's a tool.
But look what the culture is doing to the men. Culture is telling men, you are no good. You are no good in marriage. You are no good. Even you all are here saying man up to men, and that's a really negative message to be sending to men.
But what do you think the solution is?
The solution is for us to have fair laws and things for men, and to also these commercials. We need to look at the culture and say, you know what?
Spiritual whistleblower. I dare you. I challenge you to challenge Dr. Helen Smith. Why don't you try to debunk what she's saying? Let's look at some of the comments. I want to see what the comments are saying. Let me see if I can click over here. Let's see. Dr. Helen Smith, PhD, is a forensic psychologist, Tennessee, who specializes in violent children and adults. She holds a PhD. Okay, that's just somebody. Let's see. This woman is like a shiny Pokemon, very rare. Most women want a wedding, but not a marriage. Facts. Do we have anybody disagree? Let's look. Nice guys are very rare too. The unicorns. Sees the wish that came true when we found all the Dragon Balls. That dude being Dragon Balls, dude, you're such a dork. Yeah, I'm a nice guy. Fuck you. Okay. I'm trying to see. I don't think there's nobody that really disagree with her. Most women. As a woman, I agree. Men get such a raw deal, and I'm not surprised that MGTOW is basically men going their own way. Let's see. Let's see. We got any disagreeing? The ingrained culture of marginalization sours the niceness people into most mistrustful and of one another by design. True. You're right. It is by design. Women and men are better. Wake up to this agenda. Yeah, men and women and men better wake up to this agenda. True. Facts. I agree, but I agree, but men and women need to fight this NWO system. Yeah, New World Order. Okay. But women think that they only benefit from the big government, and as more and more men refuse marriage, women will have no choice but to marry the state. Facts. The more men refrain from marriage, the higher chances of big gov will just intrude something a kind to a bachelor tax. Oh yeah, that might happen. That's some fucked up shit. Transfer, continuous transfer of men's wealth to women. Well, wait until Biden gets started. Feminists have orgasms waiting for the new feminist friendly law. Man, no, they won't. Men are sick of the BS starting to walk, right? Perhaps it's time for my woman and I to blog online favors of culture chants towards balance, not feminist legal change. Let's make love, not war. I like that. Women are too busy reaping the benefits of this agenda and shaking my head. Facts. The moment women got voted unlearned, got what? The moment women basically got the chance to vote unearned was the marriage of the state. Okay, don't know what that fucking means. We have men throwing other men under the bus while defending women. Then we have women throwing men under the bus while defending women. Let's read a little bit more. Yeah, it's totally fair, sir. Yeah, like that. Yeah. I had a woman call me immature. She had 50 stuffed animals. I love these comments, man. Dave BB, I have stuffed animals, but wouldn't consider liking something that immature. It's more like how you treat people and determine your maturity, your morality. Yeah, yeah. Maturity is a mindset, not an age. So yeah, having stuffed animals don't make a person immature. Okay, that's enough of the comments, y'all. I'm gonna get back to this. I don't know if y'all can see it, but let's get back to this video. This is very interesting. I love this Dr. Helen. You know what I'm saying? I hope she finds what she's looking for. Very beautiful lady.
You know what? Quit treating men like trash. Seriously, we treat men very poorly in this society.
That's fascinating to me because as we've just gone through, all of the forces at work here to find that wages for men are actually less today. The median wage for men is less today than in 1968.
Exactly.
The implications of that are extraordinary. They can't support a family on that median.
That's one of the reasons they can't support families. So lower income women don't want men as often, and lower income men are getting married less and less at all ages. And part of it is not just that they're going on strike, but the women a lot of times don't want lower level men. The other thing is women are becoming so highly educated now that they want higher level men, and the men don't want to go.
Yeah, they feel like they're entitled. They feel like they're fucking entitled, and their vagina ain't worth a loaf of bread, like the Bible says. And I don't believe in the Bible, but the vagina is only worth not even worth a loaf of bread. I'm sorry, but that's what your book says. I don't believe in that comic book, but yeah, the Bible says that the woman's vagina is that of a loaf of bread. Your book said it, not mine. Because I go by the book of the Red Pill Cartel, and I'm going to write a book.
Want to go to college anymore. because colleges have become so feminized in some sense that a lot of men don't. It starts early in the earlier grades.
What do you mean feminized?
Wait, what? Oh, whoa, what just happened? Okay. Okay, I was like, what the? Sorry about that, y'all. We'll get that taken care of. Damn it! I was trying to blow the screen up, but I don't know what the hell just happened. The fuck? What is it doing? Okay, there we go.
Nice.
Okay.
I think, I mean, that resonates, but what do you mean?
I mean that everything has become about what girls need, what women need. It's not about what boys need. A lot of times boys are into mastery, they're into skill, competition, and our schools are so filled now with people who only look at sitting still, reading books that are basically for girls. And a lot of boys are interested in other things. They don't want to just sit still, and they want to learn in a different type of way, and the schools don't allow that. We have boys in this country who can't read, and nobody does anything about that. We also have so many female teachers. There are only 16% of teachers now are men in the elementary schools.
Is that right?
Yes. And those female teachers, according to the London School of Economics, did a study, and they found that female teachers as a whole give lower marks to boys.
Well, those son of a guns.
Yes.
Right on. Son of a guns.
Well,
the reality is right now society is becoming such a constrained place. The political correctness, hidebound orthodoxies. Women are doing well, but not as well as it might be inferred.
Right.
For example, the Pew Research study just recently showing that women amount to 40% of the breadwinners. But when you look at those numbers, 63% of those women are on average earning $23,000 a year.
Right.
They are effectively dependent on the state. They are not breadwinners. It's the wrong term. They're not winning, and there's not much bread there.
But what's happening is they don't need men anymore. You see, the state have become their husband. The state is now the husband.
That's a great way to put it.
That's exactly what it is. Husbands are now expendable.
And the state isn't. It's a level of dependency that is going to alter the way we live.
First of all, there's lots of these laws or rules in colleges. That colleges they say that if a man is found, it used to be a 90 to 100%, you had to find a man guilty of a sexual assault. And now on the college campuses that take federal funds, there was an Obama letter that in 2011 went out and it said, okay, any man that's found guilty of a sexual harassment or sexual abuse or a sexual assault, all we have to have is 50% in a feather. In other words, there's these campus administrators, they have what's called the campus tribunal, and they control young men's sexuality by saying, okay, we don't really need a large amount of evidence. All we need is we think you did it. And that young man can be thrown out of school. They can have their career options limited because who's going to want to hire a guy who's been accused of sexual abuse or harassment? And the other thing is people don't realize it, but in our society, for example, a young boy, and I have an example of this in my book, a young boy who's 14 or 15 who has sex with a 34-year-old woman, if she gets pregnant, that boy is liable for child support.
Are you kidding?
I'm serious, and there's never been a case. Michael Higdon is a professor at the University of Tennessee, and he did a paper on this, and one of the things that the paper said is there's never been a case where a boy at that age has gotten off. If you were 14 or 15 and you have sex with an older woman, even if it's statutory rape, it doesn't matter. You're liable for child support.
Now, I got to interrupt with a question right here. But if it went the other way,
exactly.
If a guy rapes a girl, there's
there'd be an uproar. The man would be put in jail.
Yeah, but the girl couldn't possibly be held responsible for. I mean, that's insane.
But that's the thing is people talk about how irresponsible boys are at that age, and then they turn around. They're always so responsible that they know exactly what they're doing, even if they're having sex with a 34-year-old woman, and then she's having his baby. I mean, of course he's responsible, right? Because that 14 or 15-year-old knows exactly what he's doing.
Right.
I just think it's sort of ironic when it comes to men. They're immature until you need to slap their hand or put them in jail or something. I don't really consider myself any type of feminist because the feminist movement, it seems like there has been a lot of power, and I think part of it's political. We have one of the interesting things is I found that About 30% of women in the United States consider themselves feminists, but when you look at the women who vote, it turns out that about 70% of those women consider themselves feminists. So I think a lot of times the laws are driven by, I kind of call it matriarchy by proxy, but men are afraid. Of course, if Barack Obama got up and said something negative towards women, he'd have a firestorm on his hands, just like we saw with Larry Summers, the president of Harvard.
Right.
Got ousted, as you know.
That's something that women didn't like. And so men are afraid they could lose their position, they could lose, their job. And then that's part of why I wrote the book, is because I want to talk to men about how they need to speak out, because I think men are afraid to come forward or to say anything because we're so used to thinking of women as the victims in our society and that men can't be discriminated against.
Well, how do men handle this? How do men speak out? Whether it's at a university, I mean, they'll get themselves in trouble. If it's on the job, they'll get themselves in trouble. If it's in a relationship, they'll get themselves in trouble. And they're taught this. They're taught to fear it, as you well document. So how do they go about it?
Well, I think there are different ways, and I talk in the book about different ways to deal with it. Certainly, if you have a girlfriend or somebody potentially that you want to marry, I talk about ways in the book to kind of get to know this person for a long period of time, sort of get a feeling for how they treat you. I think a lot of men jump into things. They feel if they like a woman, or they sort of they get involved, and I think it's very hard for them to pull themselves back and to really put boundaries on women. And it's hard. Men aren't hardwired to. They're kind of hardwired more to protect women, and it's very hard for them to confront a woman and what she's doing. But I think that's a very necessary part of a relationship, is that you have to be forward about what you will and won't tolerate. When you see a woman for the first time do something that's, maybe she makes fun of men, or maybe she tells you you're not going out with your friends, or maybe she starts to put a lot of boundaries on
that should be a red flag.
Exactly.
Yeah. How are you accepted or not accepted in academia, by your friend? I mean, what's your life like having these thoughts and beliefs?
I used to be sort of a big feminist, and my family was driven crazy by those thoughts. Now they just sort of took me out.
Well, wait a minute. How'd you change?
I think it went so far the other way. I think as I got older, when I was younger, it seemed to me that women had some of these problems, and then I realized as I got older that indeed that the society had changed, and the problems that women used to have in some sense have turned around, and there's like a backlash against men. Also, I think because I've seen so many men in my practice, 20 years ago, I had a practice in New York, and one of the first patients I had was a man who was being beaten by his wife, and I couldn't get any help for him. And I realized at that point that yes, men had it was a
problem. And from there, I just
if a man gets beat by his wife, getting beat by a woman, he a wimp, the pussy. Yeah, he gets shamed. He gets shamed like a motherfucker. Yeah, that's fair.
became more open to it. But as far as myself, I mean, people don't bother me too much. Most people are. I think a lot of times people are surprised, or if I talk to women about the book that I wrote, they think it's like a cute book that a psychologist wrote. That
Right.
How do you rope a man in or whatever? But I think most men get it. I don't even have to say anything, but they totally get it. And you see this look of like this in their eyes, sort of like, oh yeah, I get that. You don't really have to say that much to them.
And that's another thing, domestic violence in this country, and people don't understand. If you say that men get beaten too by their wives or spouses or whatever, or that it's a problem with men on the receiving end, they look at you like you're some kind of nut job. But all you got to do is look at the Justice Department statistics.
Well, it's true, and there's actually been some really good research that's come out, even from the National Institutes of Health and other places, that show that about 50% of the time, women are instigating domestic violence, and that's a high level. People think like, oh, men don't really get hurt, but what happens is men just don't really report it, and we don't really think if a man has a black eye. I mean, remember Amy Winehouse? I mean, she had this boyfriend or husband, and you'd always see him in the papers with a black eye that she gave him. We would never accept that. If a woman has a black eye, like we're seeing with this recent case with Nigella Lawson, the I don't know if you're following that, but the cook, the lady who's a chef on TV, there's a bunch of stuff in the papers all about how her husband tried to choke
Right.
her.
Yes. And they got the picture of his hand on her neck in the restaurant or something.
And they're trying to, I've even heard reports about how people want to go after him. They want him arrested, this, that, and the other thing. But they used to show pictures of Amy Winehouse's husband all the time with a big black eye that she'd beaten him and punched him in the eye. And nobody cares because people just don't think that it hurts if it's a guy. But it hurts.
First of all, if you don't have a purpose, it isn't is that your life becomes neutral in a meaningless sense. It's that your life becomes characterized by unbearable suffering.
Shit. All right, y'all. That's all I'm gonna show for the, show for the night. I hope y'all enjoyed my show. Hope I can shed some light on, this F word movement and how it really destroyed our people. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, people are waking up. Like men, we're waking up to this shit. It's like not like we hate women because we don't hate women. But what's happening is we have women like spiritual whistleblower making these false allegations because she heard something from somebody. Excuse me, and that person did not give her no receipts because you had receipts. Shit, you should have put them on your live. I want to see those receipts too. I'm curious. But every video I watched with Kevin Samuel, all he did was just give hard, cold facts, hard, cold advice. And you women can't take it because y'all don't want men to be men no more. Y'all make it seem like being a man is bad. You know what I'm saying? We're toxic. All this other shit. How are we toxic? How are we toxic? Most men are raised by single mothers. You know what I'm saying? It's basically kind of hard when you have a single mother raising a boy. A boy basically takes on the emotions of his mother. He doesn't have a man there to basically help him channel his emotions. So he becomes his mother in a boy's body. You know what I'm saying? But the mother will teach the boy to hold in his emotion, which is kind of confusing. Like, how the hell you gonna whoop me and tell me not to cry? You're basically kind of conflicting emotions right there. You know what I'm saying? You better not cry. You better be a man. Be man up. Stop being a little sissy. You know what I'm saying? And you basically yelling at him, at the young boy is not making him, a man. It's making him, you know, grow up to like dislike women because he gonna feel like he has to defend himself against a woman because of what his mother did. And see, a lot of single mothers aren't even realizing that when you do your sons like that, you know what I'm saying, when you show them less love, because a lot of single mothers do not show their sons love. Actually, I do want to show y'all something real quick. I know I'm doing a lot of showing, but when you have people, let me see something. Let me show y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all some emasculating shit. Hold on. Narcissism scene. What is this? I'm so sorry. I want to show y'all Anthony Spade, good brother.
It's time to help people customize and save.
I'm going to share that with y'all real quick. Anthony Spade, shout out to your brother. I have to share your video, man, because you be hitting them. Subscribe to my boy Anthony Spade.
Welcome to the Anthony Spade channel. Before we get started, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that notification button. Today, we're going to be talking about single mother-son relationships in the birth of the blue pill, right? My definition of a blue pill is a guy that's trying to be the perfect guy to every woman that he meets. The traits of a beta male,
and Anthony Spade speaks fast because that was me at one point. Me being the blue pill guy, beta male, mangina simp. That was me at one point, trying to be nice, trying to be the good guy, all this other shit. But that shit is out the window. I'm a moderate. I'm still an alpha male with sigma male. I can basically stand alone if I need to. Like I said, I got my own place, car, and all this other shit. So I don't mind love. I don't mind being in love, but sometimes a man have to love at a distance and not basically allow himself to really fall. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Anthony Spade. I'm a huge fan, subscriber to this. Everybody subscribe to this man channel. He breaks it down.
He sympathizes with the woman no matter what. He always goes out to try to make the guy seem like they're the bad guy. This is what you're going to always see in a beta male is his sympathy for a woman. And he likes to do this in front of a woman to make himself look better. Acting nice, going along with her, he feels gets him closer until she puts him in the friend zone. Now, we're going to talk about the different type of beta males where they come from. We're going to first talk about the marriage beta male. And this is the beta male that come from marriage homes where there's a mom and dad inside the house. Now, when you're dealing with this type of situation, a man would normally become beta if his dad is already beta and the mom is the masculine one in the house. Or if the dad is abusive to the mom, then the son has a tendency to take on the sympathy of his mom by watching her go through so much pain. The connection between a son and the mother is deeper than the connection between a daughter and the mother. The daughter connection is deeper with the dad. So now we're going to talk about the beta male that comes from single mother homes. The beta male that comes from a single mother home has normally, in most cases, been demasculized. See, if a woman cannot demasculize her son, he grows up a red pill. And he becomes very rebellious and he becomes uncontrollable. These are the guys that are more likely are going to go to jail, that are going to join gangs, that are going to be in detention centers. They're going to always have a problem falling in love with women, and women are going to be chasing them, falling in love with them, trying to get the guy to change. Now, on the demasculized side, when she demasculates her son, it makes him soft. And the reason why she's doing that to make him soft is because she needs somebody to worship her, because she doesn't have a man in her life to worship her. So the man that she has is going to be her son. And if the son resembles the father and she was in love with the father and the father didn't want him, then she's going to talk bad.
This is what Coach Greg Adams was talking about, the son husband. You know what I'm saying? I I was raised with my grandparents. I saw both mom and dad, you know what I'm saying, my grandfather and grandmother. And they raised me for the most part, but then once they got too old, I ended up moving in with my mom and my stepdad. Now my stepdad didn't teach me anything, but I did see work ethics in him. Now he was, I ain't gonna say abusive, but he was old school. You know what I'm saying? He was old school. He didn't sit me down, talk to me like I do my son. I sit him down and talk to him, like, hey son, how's it going? This and that. But I didn't really, he wasn't really a father figure. He was a great provider, I would give him that. But my mom dealt with me mostly, and I was the type of guy that I didn't like my mom at first because I felt like, what I'm saying, she wanted to emasculate me, and I pulled away, and I did join a gang. You know what I'm saying? I joined gang. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to be that soft dude, and my mom was trying to make me soft, and she tried to instill fear in me as a little boy. You fight in school, I'm whipping you. Like if I get bullied, go tell the teacher. Tell the teacher don't stop bullying. It really don't. You know what I'm saying? So I got tired of telling the teacher. I just say, well, shit, I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna fight you, and I'm gonna fight when I get home too. I mean, I guess so. But this is what Anthony Spade is talking about, the son husband concept. Let's continue.
Bad to that child. And she's going to always talk bad to that child, trying to make him perfect because she resents the father. Now, the woman who's unable to demasculize her son are going to love their son. Their son isn't going to do anything wrong because she's going to be chasing her own son, trying to get him to change. And that challenge alone will cause her to fall in love with her own son. But if that man is able to be demasculized, she would just use her son as a tool to fulfill her ego. So when she starts training him to worship her, he's going to have to remember her birthdays. He's going to have to remember Christmases. He's going to have to remember Mother's Day because she's going to remind him. She's going to constantly tell him, my birthday's coming up. This is what I like. Christmas is coming up. This is what I like. That child's gonna go his entire life up until he starts dating, worshiping his mom, catering to her to make her happy because her happiness is only going to be temporary. So he's going to be programmed into constantly trying to buy his mom's approval, constantly trying to get approval from his mom. And that's going to seep into his dating life. See, his mom.
And see, this is, this is what he, what I'm saying, you got to look at like the TV too, like Tyler Perry movies and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? They try to, let me go back real quick. So this is how the Tyler Perry movies get, influence brothers to be kind of weak. You know what I'm saying? Because Tyler Perry movies are geared towards the emotions of women. He panders to women a lot, just like Steve Harvey. You know what I'm saying? The biggest coon. He panders to women a lot. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that men looks like they get the worst end of the stick, because if you watch Why Did I Get Married, it was all about the women. You know what I'm saying? It basically looked like it was about the relationship, but it was about how the women was feeling. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the women, they're the victim. You know what I'm saying? But when it came to Terry and his, Tyler Perry's character and his wife, you know what I'm saying, she was too independent to where Tyler Perry's character was like, look, you don't want to be married. You know what I'm saying? It was all about what she wanted. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we dealing with, in today's society. Women that make a lot of money, they really don't want to take care of their husband. They rather they put more effort in their jobs. Just like the single mother put more effort in making somebody else's happy, like with my mom and my stepdad. My mom put more emphasis in her marriage versus putting emphasis in me, making sure I grew up properly. And that's why I became rebellious, because it's like my mom did not want to deal with me unless I got in trouble in school, or unless I'm sneaking out the house, going to hang out, going to hang out with the gang and shit. You know what I'm saying? My mom wanted me to sit down and shut up, but I wasn't going for that though. I felt like all my life I had to prove something. You know what I'm saying? So that's what he's talking about. A guy that runs away, you know what I'm saying, that pulls away. He don't want to be soft. That's when the mother chases him. But my mom thought she can basically make me a beta male, which kind of like when I moved out the house, I kind of did get a little soft because I was watching those movies, and I'm like, oh, if I be like that, I can get the woman I want. So it really wasn't my mama. It wasn't my mama's fault. It was my fault. I allowed myself to slip into the beta male mentality. You know what I'm saying? I was alpha as a kid, but then when I got older, I realized I want to be married and have a beautiful wife and all this other shit. I basically allowed myself to slip into the beta male thing, but not anymore. I'm back red pill. That's a good thing. Let's continue.
That gets him so used to worshiping her that he develops Stockholm syndrome because it happens so long, so it becomes part of his neurological system. The only thing that he knows how to do is keep catering to his mom to try to make her happy in little spurts of happiness that she's gonna do. So he's gonna be like, oh, I gotta do more. Oh, I'm gonna go do this for my mom. I'm gonna go do that for my mom, because his mom's never happy. So he's always aiming to please his mom. So when he jumps out into the real world to go date,
That's the whole people pleaser concept. I was the same way. I feel like if I did more for a woman, she would love me. But the more I did for a woman, she pulled away from me and saw I was too nice. Until I realized, hey, this woman's gonna. I could always feel when a woman was about to just like lose respect for me, break up with me or whatever, because I would always break up with her first. So it came. I'm a counselor, so we can feel that shit. Like if you're a counselor, you're a true counselor, man. You can feel when a woman's you end up giving up. Like you say, I'm doing enough, and it's you still not happy. You still complaining. Fuck that. I'd rather be by myself. Fuck that shit. You can have it. You can have it.
date. What the child and the man doesn't realize at the time is that everything that he learned about a woman was from a woman who hit the wall, was from a woman who was worthless. It's from a woman that most men didn't want. See, the guys that he's gonna see in his life that come in and out are gonna be weekend fuck buddies that his mom's gonna meet. And they're gonna be mainly red pill men that are gonna come into life and leave. He's gonna meet a lot of red men coming up in and out the house. But the mom's never gonna let the red pill get too close to the son, because that red pill guy may be able to tell her son some advice to get his brain to change to where he's not worshiping mommy anymore. That's what she fears the most. So she may say, that ain't your son. She's gonna run that red pill off because she's afraid that that red pill is gonna change the conditioning of the worshiping that she has him under. But when he goes to date women, it's the same way. He's taking the game that he learned from a red pill woman, and he's trying to get out there and get a woman who's full of confidence. Because his mother said, women like this, women like that, women like this. Treat a woman like that. The same way he's been treating his mom, he tries to treat the other girl like that because his mom said, this is what women like. But his mom was really saying, this is what I like. Do this for me. Even though I'm telling you other women like it, it's really what I like.
Real
Because
tough.
I've hit the wall. I'm working. I need you to tell me to do these things. I need you to act this way because I don't have a man that's going to do that. So the blue pill starts dating and he goes his dating career getting played. He goes his dating career getting used. He goes his dating career always getting the bottom of the stick because he was never trained on how to handle a confident woman. Now, we're going to go back into the marriage relationship. See, when a son has an alpha male father, and then the mom starts giving him game, it's always the father there to be like, you know what? Don't listen to your mom. Follow this. You know what? Don't listen to your mom.
I wish I had that.
So he's able to get the balance, which is why you have less blue pills that come from marriage relationships. But in the single relationship, the only doctrinization he knows of a woman is what his mom has taught him. He doesn't start waking up until he starts getting his heart broken later in life and realize everything my mom taught me
was wrong.
was a lie.
Yep. Wrong.
She was saying that to make herself feel better. But it messed me up because a confident woman doesn't want you to do all this.
Right. And that's what happened to me, you know what I'm saying? I was in and out of relationships and shit, you know what I'm saying, trying to, you know what I'm saying? I used to be like, what's wrong with me? I'm not good looking enough. I'm like, damn, I guess I gotta like Trey Songz to get with a good looking woman. It's not that. It's the fact that I didn't present any backbone. You know what I'm saying? I was a floppy, you know what I'm saying? Women looked at me as a floppy, and that's why they did me wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's why they used me until I got tired of being used, and I would break up with their dumb ass. You know what I'm saying? I would break up with their ass. And it became a point. It became a point in my life now. I think that my last relationship really red pilled me because I stayed single for a whole year. You know what I'm saying? I went straight monk mode and just basically started listening to my boy Anthony Spade. You know what I'm saying? And other red pill content creators, mediocre tutorials. Shout out to mediocre tutorials. Shout out to Steph is Cold. Shout out to the Manosphere. You know what I'm saying? How much proof do you need? You know what I'm saying? And my boy Anthony, you know what I'm saying? We the same age, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even know that, but it is a time when you become red pill because we done all been through it. We done all been through it. We done been the beta male, we done been the simp and everything, and we realized it didn't work with us. I'm no longer a beta male simp. Will I show my woman love and affection? Yeah. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do it. But am I the same guy? Excuse me, am I the same guy she met? Nope. She knows it. Let's get back to the video.
This is how blue pills are formed. After so long of trying to please and cater to their mom, it becomes part of their neurological system to worship a woman. That if they're not worshiping a woman, they don't think they're man enough or they don't feel like they're doing anything right. So it stays there until something tragic happens. Some of you guys are not going to wake up until you have to go to court, until you actually have to pay that child support, until you actually go through the troubles of what a woman really does to you.
Right.
Then you wake up because you're under the doctrinization of your mom. She has you programmed that you're going to be the perfect guy, you're going to meet the perfect woman, and everything's going to be all right.
I mean, with my brush with child support, you know what I'm saying, and it made me come knowledgeable about Title 4D and how to beat it. Shout out to Amon Osiris for all your help, man, for your knowledge. Y'all need to go check that brother out too. It will actually wake you up, you know what I'm saying, to a lot of things like traffic tickets, all this other bullshit that they try to, you know what I'm saying, and put on you unjustly, you know what I'm saying. Men do not have equal protection of law. I said that earlier in my video, and I even showed y'all the public law 10366, yeah, something like that. No, 366, no, well, whatever. But yeah, when you realize your life and your liberties are basically violated, it will make you want to red pill. You be like, I'm not taking this shit no more. Nah, I'm finna learn. I'm finna study this shit. And once you get good at it, once you grab your nuts and you go tell that judge, you ain't finna take my money. I can take care of my kids without you. You're not a judge anyway. You're a contractor. You're a contractor. When you tell child support, hey, I'm not gonna stand for this. I'm gonna sue y'all in federal court. They will leave you alone. Trust me. Child support can be defeated. It can be. I wish brother be like, I'm scared. No, you ain't got to be scared because they just people like you. They're just doing a job. That's it. They're doing their job unjustly, and they're in violation of your rights and shit like that. But you can defeat them. You can win. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be red pill though. You can't want to fight the system and still be blue pill because you're going to basically put your tail between your legs. Nah. I'm like a pit bull motherfucker when it comes to this shit. Let's continue the video because I gotta my stream been going on for almost 2 hours, so I'm gonna go on and because I want to try to create another video too, a reaction video to cheaters. So be on the lookout for that. I'm gonna do that as soon as I get done with this.
You follow what she told you to do, but everything that she told you to do did not work. See, blue pills, 8 out of 10 times, you're going to end up with a baby mama. And the reason why blue pills end up with baby mamas is because it's a baby mama that taught them how to do it. It's a masculine woman that taught them how to do it. Yeah. So they go and date the woman who's already worthless, who's ran down, and the bad boy didn't want her anymore. They were just fucking her and sending her to the side the same way he's seen people fucking his mom and throwing her to the side.
Damn.
That's what happened. That's when he starts waking up. That's when he starts seeing it. But when he get in a relationship with these baby mamas, he's thinking he's winning, and he's really not. All you did was just get back to your neurological system that he's been programmed his whole life, which is taking advice and worshiping a baby mama because he hasn't been taught to worship a woman who hasn't hit the wall. Right. And this is how blue pills are formed. That part. Anthony Spade. Hopefully you got the message.
Peace, Anthony Spade. Great video, man. I love that brother, man. He's really my red pill coach, man. I never met him, but he's basically my red pill coach. I actually listen to him more than MTR. You know what I'm saying? I would say him first, Anthony Spade first, and then I would say MTR. Poor Man Podcast has some good reaction videos. I like his channel. Shout out to those brother, man. Shout out to the whole manosphere. Look, this is the Red Pill Cartel. You know what I'm saying? If you like my videos, subscribe. I'm trying to get at least 1,000 subscribers by August. Like Poor Man Podcast, give me the HBO special. Give me the HBO special. That means help a brother out. Come on, subscribe. Like, subscribe, and share my videos. Hasta la vista. Shout out to Anthony Spade. I'm finna end this broadcast. This is the Red Pill Cartel Show. Peace till next time. Love y'all.